Attention, passionate Dallas Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East, and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Dallas Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been following the Cowboys this season, you know that the NFC East has been a battleground, full of surprises, twists, and intense competition. And right now, there's a rumor that's stirring the pot, a report that could signal some significant changes on the horizon for Dallas. According to NFL insider Ian Rappaport, the Cowboys are open to trading defensive tackle Mazy Smith. Yeah, you heard that right. Open to trading away a former first-round pick, a guy who was supposed to be a cornerstone of their defensive line. And that's a pretty big development, especially when you consider the context of the Cowboys' current defensive struggles. Mazy Smith, coming out of Michigan, was drafted with high expectations, and many fans saw him as a potential game-changer on the interior of the defensive line. But as the 2025 season hits its midway point, it's clear that Smith hasn't quite lived up to those early hopes. The fact that he's been inactive 3 times already this season, his 3rd year in the league, speaks volumes about how things are unfolding for him. Players, especially in the NFL, need to develop quickly, and sometimes the fit just isn't right. And in Dallas, with their defensive scheme under coordinator Matt Eberflus, it looks like Smith hasn't been able to find his groove. This raises a bunch of questions. Is this a sign that Dallas is looking to shake things up on the defensive line? Could this be part of a broader strategy to improve their front 7? Well, it certainly seems that way. The Cowboys have been known to be aggressive in making moves to strengthen their roster, especially when they see an opportunity to upgrade or clear cap space. And with Smith's contract running through 2026, plus the fact that any team interested in acquiring him would likely decline his 5th-year option this spring, it makes sense that Dallas might be exploring options. Now, let us delve a little deeper into the context. The Cowboys, as we all know, have a pretty solid defense overall, but their interior line has seen better days. They brought in Kenny Clark through a blockbuster trade, and Clark is under contract through 2027, bringing some stability to that spot. On the other side, they've also got Osa Odighizuwa, who just signed a 4-year, $80 million deal this past offseason, cementing his role as a key piece in their defensive front. So with those 2 guys entrenched, the question is, where does Smith fit in? And more importantly, does Dallas see him as part of their long-term plans? The truth is, Smith's career so far hasn't quite taken off the way many expected after his rookie season. He has shown flashes, but consistency has been elusive. His inability to develop into a regular contributor has been a significant factor in Dallas's struggles along the defensive line this year. And considering the team's aspirations, especially with a roster that has the potential to compete for a deep playoff run, they might be looking at other options to bolster that rotation. What makes this situation even more intriguing is Smith's age. At just 24 years old, he is still young and has room to grow. Some teams, especially those with a strong developmental culture, could see him as a buy low target, someone they can develop into a solid contributor with the right coaching and scheme fit. Remember, he is on a rookie deal that runs through 2026, and by spring, the market for him might be quite active, with interested teams declining his 5th-year option in hopes of negotiating a new deal. But let us not forget, the market for a player like Smith isn't exactly booming right now. His start to the NFL career has been uneven, and teams will weigh his potential upside against his current limitations. Still, in a league where youth and upside often outweigh current production, there could be a team willing to take a chance on him as a project. Now, what does all this mean for the Cowboys moving forward? Well, it signals that Dallas is willing to explore options to improve their defensive front, perhaps by subtracting talent to add other pieces elsewhere. It could be a sign that they're looking for veteran stability, or perhaps a different kind of pass rusher or run stopper to complement their existing stars. The NFL is all about adjustments, and the Cowboys have shown they're not afraid to shake things up if it means getting better. And of course, fans are naturally curious about what this means for the team's future. Are they planning a significant overhaul, or is this just a small shift in the roster, a strategic move to keep the defense fresh and competitive? We'll have to wait and see. But one thing is for sure, if they do decide to trade Smith, it's going to be a move worth watching closely. It could open up opportunities for other players, or even signal a change, and how the Cowboys approach their defensive line strategy. Beyond just this potential trade, it's important to remember that Dallas has been building a team with a mix of veterans and young talent. They've even trying to strike that perfect balance to contend now, but also to build for the future. This season has been a roller coaster, with some impressive wins and tough losses, but what's clear is that the Cowboys are still in the hunt, still fighting for a deep playoff run, and still looking for ways to improve. Considering their recent history, the Cowboys have been a franchise that strives for excellence, and they are no strangers to making bold moves. Their strategy has often involved aggressive roster adjustments, especially around the trade deadline. This season might be no different. If they see an opportunity to upgrade their defensive line or clear cap space, they'll probably seize it. And with Smith's situation, it's possible that we might see a trade come to fruition sooner rather than later. For the fans, this is both exciting and a little nerve-wracking. Change is always a bit unsettling, but it's also part of the NFL's nature. Teams that aren't afraid to make tough decisions often find ways to improve and compete at a higher level. The Cowboys have a proud history of making bold moves when necessary, and this could be another chapter in that story. Whether they decide to hold on to Smith or pass on him, one thing is certain: we're in for an interesting ride in the coming weeks. And let us not forget, the NFC East is as fierce as ever. The Eagles, Giants, and Commanders are all vying for supremacy, and every move the Cowboys make could tip the balance. A strategic trade here, a change in scheme there, it all adds up to a division that's unpredictable and highly competitive. For Dallas fans, that means every game, every decision, and every roster move is a part of this larger quest for another division title, and hopefully, another deep playoff push. So, as we keep an eye on what the Cowboys are planning with Mazy Smith and the potential for roster adjustments, it's worth remembering that this team is always looking ahead. They're always trying to find that edge that pushes them closer to that ultimate goal. Whether it's through trades, draft picks, or tactical shifts, the Cowboys are never standing still. And with the current state of their roster and the NFL landscape, it's safe to say that the next few weeks could bring some surprises. Fans should stay tuned, stay engaged, and keep that Cowboys spirit alive, because in the NFL, nothing is ever set in stone. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What is your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. Do you think trading Mazy Smith makes sense? Are you excited about the potential moves Dallas could make? Or do you believe they should hold onto their young talent and see how he develops? Whatever your thoughts, we want to hear them. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. This team is always evolving, and we're here to bring you every twist, every turn, and every piece of news that shapes their journey toward another championship.